All right, family, come on in the room. Come on in the room. We have a great show for you tonight. We are live. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Thank you to everybody who has logged on tonight. Already, we have some people in the room. Thank you. Thank you. We are so absolutely thrilled to have this amazing people right here with us on tonight. Listen, we welcome Rob and Janet Appel to the Inside Connection Lounge. For the past 8 years, they have been partners in retirement income life, where their mission is to serve communities by raising awareness about the significance of insurance and its various offerings. Listen, we are right here, guys. We are right here at the start of the new year. We are excited to be bringing this Start the New Year Off Right series because, listen, when things happen in life, you want to be prepared, right? You want to be prepared. So that's what they do. They specialize in providing assessments and evaluations of different insurance policies based on age, health, and personal goals. This helps families navigate the difficult process of choosing the right insurance policy, and they provide options from different carriers. But I want to say this, and I want to add to this. Listen, I always say they are like the agents who care, right? These are the people who not just going to review your policy for money and just boom, they don't care anymore. They actually care about what you do. They care about what you sign up to. They're going to review your policies to make sure that you're getting the right options. And we're just gonna jump head first into it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Inside Connection Lounge.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So yeah. So Rob, take a second to introduce yourself.
My name is Robert Appel. As you have mentioned earlier, I've been in the insurance industry for going around 8 years, maybe longer. I'm not sure, but I think it's about right at 8 years. Um, Something that's really become a passion of mine, and I'm sure of my wife's as well. It's something that we feel strongly about, especially as we got more involved in the communities. It's been something that you know what there's a lot of people out there that can steer you the wrong way, and we're human. We are going to
Yeah.
get frustrated when we come across that kind of thing, and so you know with as troubling as that is, it was up to us to be part of the solution, and to help people that really do need our help on a regular basis. So yeah, I love the insurance industry. It's a little different than what I was doing prior, whereas I was a mechanic, I was in construction, and then I was working in a car dealership as a finance director for
Wow.
time as well. But I gave all that up because just wanted to be able to make a difference.
Wow. How about you, Janet?
Okay, so my name is Janet Appel, and I have been in the insurance business the same amount of time as Rob, going in our eighth year. I am from Brooklyn, New York. I live in North Carolina for 17 years with our two children. My background is I worked for lawyers and brokers for 23 years in New York City. Yes, I did. And when we had children, we moved to North Carolina, and I took a step back a little bit and raised the kids. But I worked in the school system for 8 years, so I taught elementary, middle, and high school. And then
Wow.
I also had a nutrition business, which I still have today. And I also had a wedding invitation business I didn't tell you about. So I helped with weddings. So my husband and I would love to help people, as you can see. We love to make a difference. And, if you would have asked me 25 years ago when I married my husband if I would want to work with him, I probably would have said no. But here we are today, through raising our children and going through different tribulations and different things. We both came together and got licensed. We're licensed in about 10 states. And
Wow.
we just love to make a difference. And, we like to give, but what we get back from our clients is so powerful. Wow.
Yeah.
They became our family and friends. And, it's not just about selling a policy at all in our world. So.
Yeah, amen, amen. And so I want to talk about that because I know there's a lot of insurance companies out here. There's a lot of, policies to be written. There's a lot of agents, and you guys have, a lot of agents that, work up underneath you guys as well. What is one of the key components that you tell the agents in terms of just, being given that family element to whoever they're selling to?
Well, being yourself and I know for me, I treat my clients like my family. So
Yes,
sitting with them, I mean, if you can't connect with them and make a friend and be there for them, not just that day, but forever, an agent who cares, like you said. Rob and I carry them all the way through to the end. We get the call when they pass away. We show up at the funeral. We help them claim, put the claim in. We call them on their birthday. They call us on Mother's Day. We give them calendars. I mean, they just become our family. So the main thing is that we strive for is to hire agents that are trustworthy and loyal to
yes,
their clients. Rob,
yes.
how about you, Rob? Rob, how
Yeah,
about
I agree. Ethics, being ethical is number one. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. So, uh, you know, the best interests of our clients always come first. Now, we don't really have to worry too much about things like that with our agents that work with us, our partner agents. These are high quality people, and that's all we bring on to partner with is high quality people. So whether you're talking with somebody that's been with us for 2 or 3 years or somebody that's been with us 2 or 3 days, everybody can feel comfortable knowing that these are people that are not good, but just great people that care. They have emotional ties to our new friends after whether they buy a policy or not. Like Jan said, um, our agents are just phenomenal. Jan's the best that I've ever seen at doing what she does. I've never seen somebody like her, the way
Right.
she connects with people. I mean, if you got to see her in action, you would be floored because her clients just truly do love her. And and she is just the epitome of what we have here at Retirement Income Life. So whether you got me, or you got Jan, or you got Taiwan Bond or Bethany up in Michigan, wherever you are, Gary Keith right down here, wherever you are, you're getting somebody that cares about you and what you're about and worried about your family and always looking to do the right thing.
Wow. And that's why I wanted to kind of lead out with that question because I think, like I said, anytime you're doing anything like insurance or anything that, that would require you to even be in their personal space or know their personal information, people want to know that they can count on that. And I know that to be true. And I wanted them to hear that to be true. And so that's just an awesome element. We have quite a few people tuned in now, and I want to jump right into this insurance. Let me see. Gwen Dickman said, "Hello, everyone." So, hello, Gwen. Thank you for tuning in. There's quite a few people. So, if you got questions, guys, just put them right on up. I'll get them on the screen because we are live on 5 different platforms. I may not grab everybody's question, but I'm gonna definitely try to get what I can. You can text it to me like you normally would do or whatever, but we want to make sure that we can at least get an answer. We only have 30 minutes, guys, so don't do too much. But we want you to know. So let's start out with insurance policies, right? there's a question on the table about the difference between whole life and term insurance. Can you simplify that for us?
Yeah. So there's three there's three basic categories of insurance. You have your permanent, you have your whole life, and then you have your term life. Okay. A lot of people get whole life and permanent life confused. As a matter of fact, there are agents out there that are the ones that confuse people about those. So the permanent the permanent life policy is a mixture of term and whole life. It's a combination of two. It's not a bad policy. It's a great policy as long as it's structured the right way. The way that policy works is it gives you more coverage for less money, similar to that of a term policy, and it will build the cash value over time. The It's generally a universal life policy, and there's different variations of that universal life policy. It could be an indexed, a variable universal life, and then there's adjustable and a bunch of others. With the universal life policies, most people that use those correctly are using them as a tool to provide a college tuition assistance for their child. So when the child turns 19, 20, 21, 22, that policy will pay that child, 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is for their college. And then at the same time, it'll be there for the child when the child turns 65 to pay them 40, 50, $100,000 a year for retirement. So
Wow.
that's the universal life policy. Unfortunately, it's often sold as a burial policy, and that's not what it was designed for. So with those cases, you might have somebody who has a flexible premium universal life policy. More often than not, unfortunately, we see those where the client doesn't even know it, and that policy is going to lapse out in 2 or 3 years, or maybe their premiums went up. There's a lot of things
Wow.
that can go wrong with them if they're not set up correctly from the beginning. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, you just get that a lot. With a whole life is going to be the same in 50 years as it is today. So
Okay.
whatever you sign up for today with a whole life, let's say you get a $20,000 policy for $50 a month. Well, when you're 90, it's still going to be $50 a month for $20,000. That policy is going to be there until the individual passes away, unless they stop making their payments. But that's the difference between whole life and permanent. Now, term life it's temporary insurance. It's typically used for people that have a family and they're the breadwinner and they want to make sure if something happens to them during their earning years that their family will be well covered and that their family will be able to survive a catastrophic loss such as the breadwinner. It's used also to protect the mortgage. Let's say you have a $200,000 mortgage. Well, a mortgage protection policy, which is a term policy, will pay out that 200,000 and in some cases directly to the bank to pay off the mortgage. So, and there's some variations of that policy as well, but it's a temporary policy, typically going up to 40 years, but more often than not, 20, 25, 30 years is more the popular terms that are available.
Okay. Okay. Janet, anything?
Yeah, well, speaking about the universal lives, what happens is, like when I'm in a house, when any agent is in a house, and they say, "I have whole life, I'm good, I'm good," we try to dig deeper because we don't know if they're good. They think they're good, so we talk about hidden secrets. We read the policy and find those little, secrets that they don't understand. And so if they have a whole life and it's universal and it's not set up the right way, they set them up in the 80s. I've had people who lost the whole 100,000 policy because their money was gone. And I've also saved people. The most I've gotten back someone was $20,000 right 10 minutes from
Wow.
my house about 5 years ago. A couple, he was 74, she was late 60s. They had a universal life. They were going to lose their 15 and 5,000. So I got their son involved. I spoke with them. We called the carrier. I told them everything they had and what they were going to lose. I got them day one coverage, and that's when I got them their check. They were so happy. So we get them the money back
Wow.
if it's still left in there. And we don't just do it just to do it. We have to make sure that they are in a right place to do that. If Rob and I are in a house or any of our agents and they're very sick and on medications and stuff, I'll call Rob and he'll say, leave them alone. We don't touch them. So we're not those type of agents that go out there and just do this to make an income. We don't. So we care. So I want to sleep at night and I want to go to bed with my license, right? I worked very hard for
That's
this.
right.
Yeah.
So that's what I tell my people. So pretty much what Rob said is true. We have term, whole life, and universal. And we pretty much just review their policies for free. We make sure they're in a good place. We make sure it's not going to go up in price. We make sure it's not going to terminate. And sometimes they want to add coverage because they don't have enough. So we do have funeral plans for that. So we can add on funeral plans or life insurance, whatever they want, after we review the policy. Yes.
Amen. Amen.
One more thing.
So, Damon. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? And I was just thinking about it, and I was just thinking that maybe some of your viewers maybe not even aware of it, and we come across this often. Many times we have our clients that they've worked for the state for 25, 30 years, and they retired, and they have their 401k, and they're very much stressed out because it's gone backwards, or maybe it isn't performing the way they hope to. Those are the people that we also help. So if somebody's in that situation, where you're worried about you outliving the money that you have for retirement, that's something you really need to get in touch with us about, because that's something we could help someone with.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. That's good. That's good. I want to take a second and introduce Damon into the room. He is my co-host here.
Hey,
Hey,
Damon.
Damon.
Hello. Sorry,
Yes.
finally got it on. Finally got it
Well, thank you for being here with me too.
on.
Okay,
Absolutely.
someone wrote living benefit. Not sure exactly what all of that means. They just put living benefits. Is that something that you offer?
Yeah, they are on almost all policies that we offer. There
Okay.
are a couple that don't have them. So let me just tell you what they are first. So a living benefit is typically a benefit to somebody if while they're alive, but maybe they have a medical condition. So for example, certain policies, especially term policies, will come with what's called a critical illness, a chronic illness, and a terminal illness rider, meaning that the client will have access to some of that face value. Let's say in this case, $100,000. Well, they might have access to $50,000 of that face value while they're alive, because they've been stricken with a critical illness, something very serious, or maybe a chronic illness like COPD is a chronic illness, right? So they'll have access to that. Other forms of living benefits would be a nursing home rider or a terminal illness rider. Now, with the terminal illness rider, most policies have that. And basically, if you get struck down with a terminal illness and the doctor tells you have a year or maybe 2 years to live, you can get access to a percentage of the face value on your policy. Some will give you 100% of the policy. Most will give you 50 to 80%. Same thing with a nursing home rider or in-home care rider. If you're confined to a nursing home for 3 or 6 months, you can have access to a portion of that face value while you're alive. And
Wow.
same goes with in-home care. If you're struck down and you need in-home care and it's over for an extended period, you can get access to that money from that policy. And it's not money you have to ever pay back, which is a beautiful thing. Now, a lot of people don't realize the importance of those, but if you're ever in a position where you've had a loved one maybe come down with an illness like that, and that person decides, well, I don't want my family going through a lot of stuff and planning this stuff. I'll plan it all myself. This way, the day I pass, they'll just get a check and everything else is paid for. And for a lot of people, when you're dealing with the death or the loss of a loved one, the last thing you want to deal with is money. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's
Absolutely.
maddening to even think about it. I've lived it, and it is the worst moment that anybody can ever go through, and then have that money piled in, which is what I lived through. That's just, it's wrong. It's wrong, and
Yeah.
people never ever have to deal with that.
I've seen so many situations where people are, someone dies in the family and then they're going out and getting these GoFundMe's so they, or just calling around to the family saying, can you do this? Can you contribute that to help get, that person buried? And it is tough. It is tough. And one of the things I've always said is that if something happened to, a family member of mine, my children or whatever, I didn't want to ever have to deal with the financial aspect of it and the pain of it at the same time. And I
Yeah.
always felt that that was heavy, and I've always, done what I needed to do to make sure that I didn't have to suffer through that. But there's a lot of people that, they just don't get it. So have you seen that a lot with the GoFundMe's and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I think, a lot of the young folks do not believe in insurance because they don't think it would ever happen to them. And,
Mm-hmm.
for just a little bit of money, coming directly out of your bank account, out of your check, even if it's $25, I always tell some people, well, I tell everyone I meet with, it's better than nothing. If they can't afford 10 and 20,000, they can only afford 5,000. At least they're getting something. So when their family, like to protect their family, because their family is going to suffer from the loss, like Rob just said, and why worry about the money? When you know it's going to come to you, right? So, we
Right.
go through every insurance, whether it's whole life or term. We have funeral plans now. We could put four on a plan and do their whole family at once. And we could take care of the funeral, maybe not the cemetery. So there's so many different ways to do this. The people that work that have retired, they might have a few bucks, say they had $10,000. We do IULs, indexed annuities. Rob is very good with that. We're experts in that area, um, where they can draw a check after 14 years. If you're like 58 like us, in 14 years, you can draw a check for yourself. And if and when you pass away, your family would have, like, I don't know, 200, 300,000, like so much more money if you invest the money that you have and be smart. So we work with all different families, some who don't have any money and it's very hard to live. But those people really believe in insurance. I got to tell you, they might live on $800 a month and they want insurance. And then you have the people that work that might not even care and they have the money to do it. And then you might have
Yeah.
people that want to invest. So it depends on what they're looking for.
Wow. Wow. So what keeps you up at night?
What
What
keeps
keeps
me up?
me up?
Like when it
Uh,
comes to people and decision and the decisions that they make regarding it, what keeps you up? Like, gosh, like if I could fix this right now, it would be this so that people would, it would be easier for people.
well, uh,
Mm.
I'll go first on this one, Jan. So with me, I'm the it's not right guy, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm.
and
Okay.
I was literally on the phone with an insurance company right before this, telling them it's not right. You don't treat people like this, because I do have a client that her payment was misplaced, and so we're getting it together, and I'm going toe to toe. Whatever I got to do, I
Mm.
do what I have to do to make it right, because
Hmm.
that's what I've always believed in. So yeah, that kind of thing will get me riled up and frustrate me, and that could
Wow.
keep me up at night. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I
Wow.
remember first being in the business with insurance. It was so exciting to me. Rob and I had other businesses before, but we've never done insurance. So we had to really learn from the bottom together. And We butted heads together, of course, and sometimes we still do. But we're just learning everything. I would be sleeping at night and wake up in the middle of the night, and my wheels it would keep me up to, oh, what could we do better? How could we do this? It's so exciting. So it used to keep me up. I mean, now I don't stay up at night, but with Rob and I, we're thinkers. We think out of the box. We're always looking to help grow. And, you have to have that work ethic. We can't teach you that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what we do. We really care about our people. We call them back. This is very, very big in insurance. I would not hire someone if they're coming on just to make a few dollars for a second job, and they're not going to call the customer back. They're not going to put them back on the books. They're not going to take care of them. No, we don't hire them. So I right after the interview, I do like an hour phone call before they even go to Rob. He wants me to do all the dirty work, right? So I call and interview what it is that they do now, some of their strengths, their weaknesses. We don't know people like from Adam when we're talking to them on the phone. We can't trust them. They can't trust us, but we know what we offer. So, then they have to show us once they come on, but we have to get a good outlook on who it is we're hiring and co-signing loans, really. We're training them, we're hiring them, it's a bad reflection on us if things don't go right. So we really take our time at retirement income life. All of us and all of our agents would speak for us as well. I mean, when I go into a house, my binder has a book with pictures of me and my clients. I mean, ask my family. I'm like the picture taker of the year. I should be in the World's Book of Records. I have pictures. And my kids even say, Mom, you got a picture of that? It was like from 1912. And I'm like, okay, I get it.
Oh, man.
But, so we've always been picture takers. And it's so funny because I got the pictures in my book of me and all my clients and hugging and kissing.
Oh, wow.
And we got the toilet paper. We got the mask. Like back in COVID, I made it fun. I got letters, recommendations from my clients, all letters. And so when I sit with them at first, in order for them to trust me, I got to show them who I am and what I offer. And they see that right away and they're like, so, right away they take out their bank account. I got their social security number. People say, how do you do that? Because they trust me.
Right.
If you can't trust someone, you're not going to help sell them. And we tell people, we don't do this for sales. We do it to serve our community. We are helping them. Everybody needs insurance. Just like you have to pay your lights every month. You got to buy food. You got to pay your phone bill. You really need to have this so these churches are not bombarded with these GoFundMes, right? We see them all the time, and it's so sad. For the families.
yeah.
So
I see that you do that from the time that I first met you. I can see that you're oriented that way, like you're family oriented. I've seen, you do lunches and breakfasts and stuff like that. And when you go out and you educate the churches and you educate the senior care facilities on the things that they need. I mean, that is just huge. Somebody right here said, I definitely would trust you.
Right.
We appreciate that.
Well, I know. I know. I had one date text me. I had a friend of mine date text me about the as far as like low income, because that could be hard as far as finding insurance too. But how do you guys go about with far as people that cannot afford, maybe saying, well, hey, I'm on a low income kind of basis thing. What type of tips do you have for that?
Well, we have something for every budget. So somebody's budget is $25 a month. We have something for that. It's just they need to keep in mind it might not be what they would like it to be.
Okay.
But it's better than nothing.
Right.
Earlier, we had talked about that. Jan had mentioned something's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I lived when we had nothing to bury my mom, and it was horrible. And so we had to ask for people to bring cash instead of flowers, and it was the worst. It really was horrible. And so, even if we had $2,000, that would have been enough to do the cremation. Now it's more than that because that's going back 30 years. or 25 years. But my point is that it would have been better than nothing. It would have been having something in place and made our life a lot easier. And so Jan has, she's got something that even helps in addition to, a small policy, which she'll
Right, but I was just thinking, Rob, another thing that we do, like you were just saying, if they can't afford it, what Rob was really good at, I don't know if he still does it or we could still do it in this company, but we try to save the money on their lights. Remember, Rob? So if they can't afford their lights, we would call, I forget what number it was, like
it's the LIHEAP, low income energy assistance program.
the energy assistance program.
Okay.
So we would call for them and we would see if we can lower their like lights or their bills so that they can have a few extra bucks for that. Another thing we do, we try to save money on like medication so they could save money. We try to find money even if they have no money. And even if they have a policy that's really too expensive, we say to them, listen, how much do you really need? Like some people think they need 25 and 50,000. They don't, right? So what is it that you really need? And we try to lower their payment that way as well. And we try to see if they have hidden money. Because if they had their policy for 20 years, we don't make them cash it in. But if we can find them a better, cheaper policy and their health is good and they're young, then we can get them $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 back in their pocket. I've had clients buy an air conditioner. Oh, I could use an air conditioner. One friend of mine, she's a pastor down the block from me. Oh, I'm going to fix my car. Like they're so happy that we found this money for them. So that's
wow.
I just want to just mention that LIHEAP program. And if somebody that is struggling to pay that light bill, the LIHEAP program, which is available, I think, in all states, it will pay your electric bill for 1 month a year. And so it's the low income home energy assistance program, LIHEAP.
Okay.
If somebody wants to check in on that, please.
That's good. That's really, really good information. I do have a question that came through on one of the other sites from someone watching. They said, how do you buy insurance and what is the process?
You just got to get in touch with an agent that you can trust, somebody who puts you first. So how can you get in touch with an agent? Really, you can call Mutual of Omaha. You can call Liberty Bankers Life. You can call Baltimore Life and tell them where you live, and they'll get you an agent that's nearest you. But that agent is probably going to try to put you with one of their products, right? So it might not be the right fit for you. So you really need to make sure you get in touch with a broker. So if somebody's out there and they need to get in touch with a broker because they want to make sure it's the right policy for them and with the right company for their needs, you can have them reach out to us and we'll get them in touch with somebody in their area.
And if we're licensed,
awesome.
if we're licensed in that area, of course, we can help them over the phone. We can do a Zoom with them. So the process is we just find out their age, if they smoke, what their medications are, their height and weight, and that's it pretty much. And we have a toolkit. We plug everything in there and we figure out which one, would work for them as far as the price. We go over the living benefits. We see if we can get them day one coverage right away. And they don't pay anything up front. We don't take any cash. We just take their debit and the information from their bank account, and it comes right out of their bank. And we set it up for the following month. So every time they get paid, it comes out on the day they get paid. We don't fool around with that. We make sure that they know when it's going to come out. So that would be the process of seeing if they're covered. If one carrier doesn't approve them, we go to another carrier that will always find one for them. That would take and maybe they didn't get approved because they don't remember that they took a medicine 10 years ago that was still on their record. And they didn't understand that. So that's what we do.
We can't get somebody approved. It's very rare. because
know,
we
whether
work
Oh,
they,
okay.
with different carriers. That
whether they have HIV, COPD, diabetes, heart
yeah,
attacks, whatever they've had, we ask them the questions, when it was, how long ago was it. We see if we can get them day one coverage. The only way we cannot get someone day one coverage is if they just had a heart attack, stroke, cancer within the past 2 years. Then we can revisit them, but we can still get them a 2 year wait where they'll get free accidental, they'll get all their premiums back if something happens to them. So I always tell the client, it's better off having something than nothing if I'm in that situation, to
Yeah.
write
Yeah.
write a policy like that. So,
That's good to know.
and
Hey,
then,
good evening, I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead.
Michelle.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Janet.
No, I was going to say a lot of people get confused from the mail and from the TV. And when I'm in someone's
Okay.
house, tell them that I will be there to answer their questions with any mail. Rob goes to his clients and he reads all the mail, and I go there when they call me. But or listening to the TV on what they can get, 9.99 specials with this guy and that guy, and that's term insurance, and that's if you're healthy and don't smoke, and like a lot of things. So not everybody's getting a 9.99 policy. So we just explain this to them, and we have to know what they want and know what their health is like before we can get them approved. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's
Yeah.
mail. So if Mutual of Omaha comes in the mail, it's an automatic 2 year wait. But if we write the policy with
Got
Mutual,
you.
it's day one coverage. Why is that? Because if they fill it out through the mail, you don't have an agent to talk about medications. They just want to put you on a 2 year wait. We can
Wow.
get day one. So
That makes sense.
Yeah, that
people,
does make a lot of sense.
we catch a lot of people and we help them that way. But it's just that they're just misinformed or they're not knowledgeable enough. And some of these seniors can be talked into anything, and it just breaks my heart. So we have to really explain it to them where they understand. And if they don't understand, we get their children involved, because their children are the ones that are going to be left with what to do when something happens to their parent. So we
Yes.
always to
Yes.
involve them so they know how we're helping their parent or their sister or their brother. So we get a lot of referrals. We help the whole family. Um, once we're in the house. So, it's easy for us because once they see we help them, then they want us to help everybody in the family. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I love the way that you guys do that. You help everyone involved, the family, and I can see how it can happen because once one family member gets wind, this is who I use, and they want the cousins and the aunt and everybody else to use the same person because there's
Yeah.
again that trust factor is there. Someone asked a question and said, "Is there a free to look period?" I don't even know what that means.
is there what?
Free
A
look.
free to look period?
Yeah, the free to look period is basic. It's most commonly going to be about 10 days. And what that does is it gives that person the ability to get a refund on their first month's premium if they decide they don't want the policy. Now,
Okay.
when we do, let's say you needed insurance and we got you covered, okay? And your first payment was February 5th, but we did the policy today. You're probably going to have the policy before next Friday. So you'll have the policy in hand typically for a week or two before that premium even comes out. So yeah, the free look period is good to have, but you don't usually use it because you're going to make your decision long before that free look period would even
Got you.
you
Hmm.
know be put in play, and even before you make that first payment.
Wow.
Got you. Got you. Let me see. I got another question here. Someone said, "Is there a such thing as pet insurance?"
There's what, pet
Yeah,
insurance?
Hmm.
there is.
There
And
is.
man, I wish I got it when they were puppies. We don't offer it. You can usually get pet insurance from your auto insurer, like Allstate. I know Nationwide actually has a pretty decent pet insurance. You can even get it online from a company that just specializes in pet insurance. That's not something we really work with, but it's out there. And if you have a puppy and you plan on keeping it, get it insured. It'll save yourself a lot of money down the road.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
to know. So is there anything, Jamin, that we didn't cover that you would like to ask?
Well, yeah, I'm actually because I've been kind of like going towards my screen here, and a lot of people that has been asking about far as what the premium plans is concerned. Now I know one of them said as far as like having a family join it. Now, like they saying, like say for instance, they want to add their kid onto their insurance. What they said, what are some ways as far as because they said they under another insurance, but the insurance are too high, but they want to see as far as moving on to like as far as like a lower affordable kind of insurance.
Jen, you want me to get that, or you want to?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
So when it comes to children under 18, I'm a big proponent of getting them their own coverage.
Okay.
Get them you can get them an index universal life coverage, and that would help them pay for college if that's the game plan down the road. And then later on help them pay for their retirement.
Got it.
But if that's not something that's, affordable, getting them a simple whole life policy for a few dollars a month. And when I say a few dollars, I'm talking $5, $7 a month.
Right.
For enough coverage and having that policy there for the rest of the child's life is huge. Because if you got a policy for an adult and added a child as the rider, that rider is typically going to fall off at age 25. So when the child turns 25, now they need insurance. If you get the child his insurance now, it's cheaper. It's going to be there forever. And it's something that you don't have to worry about. And the cost is about the same as adding it on. Yeah, it might be $2 to add it on to your term policy, or maybe $3. I've seen it 7, 8, 10, 15. But you can get a Mutual of Omaha policy for, depending on the age of the child, $5, $6. And the child never has to worry about insurance again. It's done. It's handled. Now, when he's 50 or she is 50, they have a policy that it's there. It's set. It's guaranteed to pay out. It's there for their family, and you just protect your child's family too.
Years ago, my grandmother had Gerber, so a lot of people, they know Gerber, the little baby, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people these days, they have Globe insurance. And we don't sell Globe, and we don't talk bad about other carriers. We just share with them, what we offer. But I do know that Mutual Omaha has a great plan, and it is cheaper, and it does go up to 50,000 in their lifetime, right, Rob? And they'll always be insurable, even if their health changes. So for instance, when our kids were 12 and 15, we started insurance. And we got a Mutual of Omaha for $10,000 each. It's a small policy, I think, but it cost me $15 a month for just a 10. That's just one. So $7 each it cost me for them at that age is from 0 to 5 years old. It's like $4.70.
Our kids' policies are $15,000.
Wow.
Oh, right, wow. $15,000 for $15 for both.
But now here's the thing, Dan. Don't forget that when our kids and anybody that has that child policy with Mutual of Omaha, when that child has an important day in their life, let's say getting married, they can call Mutual of Omaha and double that coverage. They can just say, hey, wow, I just got married. I want to double my coverage. I believe it's at age 30 or so, right? And Mutual of Omaha won't even ask them a health question. They'll say, okay, your new premium will be this.
That
and
is
then
amazing.
When another event happens, they buy a house, they can double it again, and they can do it up to 4 times.
Wow, that's awesome. That's good information.
Right. And so like last one, and someone answered said, do you guys cover Alabama?
Yes, we actually have agents in Alabama.
Yeah, we cover Alabama.
Yes.
So what states do you cover?
So we have, I'm sorry.
Jan's licensed in 10 states. I'm licensed in about 20. So we got most of the country covered. And we even
Okay.
we're not licensed there. We have agents that are.
Okay.
I mean, just to mention a few. I live in North Carolina, so I have North and South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and then I have Maryland, Virginia, New Jersey. I have, I think, Tennessee, Michigan, Ohio, Missouri. So there's a few in there, and I can get another one if I get the business. I'll get the license. So I mean, that's fine.
Wow.
So
Wow. Wow. That is amazing. I think you know
you
what
can't say no.
I know.
We
You
don't
know.
have to say no.
I think Janet and Robin, thank you so much for coming on tonight, and I believe that this information is very, very important for our listeners tonight, and this is such I mean, me hope I've learned a lot, so I'm like, okay,
Oh,
we
good.
can do this now. So so I feel like in the Inside Connection Lounge is that we want to make sure that you guys get the right information from experts like Miss Janet and Mr. Rob, and Rob and Janet. Thank you so much for coming on the couch with us and just letting us know about insurance, and I believe we are with the 2024 is just hitting off really, really good for us.
Well,
Absolutely, it is. Again, like I said, somebody said you guys are great leaders. Love them.
Yeah,
I believe
thank you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Melvin McCreary.
No,
And
man.
then Rob Boyce said amazing information. Everything is 100. And then Roderick Williams said this was very informative. And so, and I love that element because I know, Janet, that you go out into the churches, into the senior facilities, and you actually do that. So if you want Janet or Mr. Rob to come out and educate you guys and really walk you through these policies, they actually review policies for free. Okay. So if you got a policy and you've had it a long time, and you want to look at it and see can you possibly get cheaper or whatever, they will look at that policy and see what, to make sure that you have the best possible options. And so a lot of people won't do that. And so I already got my policies, okay, with one of their agents, Miss Linda Jenkins.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I am excited about them. I'm excited about what they offer, and just their ability to help people. Pray with
Mhm.
people, talk to people,
Mhm.
and so that's what it's all about, right? So this is our starting off the year right, and I
Yes.
just want to make sure that that the people that listen to us and abroad, somebody say I got mine too. I believe that's one of Linda's customers too. But I just
Our
want to make
services
sure
are
that
always
people
free too.
know. I'm sorry.
I was saying our services are always free. We never charge for anything that we do. So whether
Wow.
it's
Wow.
like Janet
Amen.
said, just reviewing a policy or taking a look at somebody's 401k, whatever, we don't
Gotcha.
charge for anything ever.
Got,
So
gotcha. Gotcha.
they'll never get a
Wow.
bill from us.
Gotcha. I think Rob and Janet. Somebody said, "Are you guys will come to Mobile, Alabama?"
Ah. Oh, will we come to
We gotta do that
Alabama?
over the phone.
The funny thing is, we're talking with our partner with Retirement Income Life about maybe having an office down there, but we can do it remotely if we don't have an agent right there for them. I know we have one of our agents, Ingrid, is talking about going down there to visit one of our other agents. So we do have some in that area, I believe. But if not, if they want to just work with Janet, listen, she's the best of the best. So
Oh, thank
you
you.
you're blessed enough to
And
work
so
with her.
Give us your
you, so
contact
you.
information.
Yes. Yes.
Give us your
Yes.
contact information.
I
Yes,
saw her.
yes. So if you want to call Janet now, right? Janet at 919-946-7338. That's 919-946-7338. You can text me or call me, and I'll be there to answer any questions for you. Rob, you want to give your number?
Well, you can call Jan. If you want to call me, that's fine. 919-946-6755. I do want to reiterate, she is the star of the show.
No,
Be
but
like,
listen,
call my wife.
Like,
oh,
call my
my
wife.
Now,
wife runs the show,
Janet, can
right?
you please give? Yeah,
Happy wife, happy life.
happy wife,
But
happy life.
I will say this. I told Rob
That's how I
last
made
night.
25 years. I get it.
I
I know
told
how it
Rob
works.
last night. I've never met anyone who knows his final expense more than him. And he said, "You're just saying that because you're my wife." I said, "No, I'm serious because I listen. I listen to other people. I've been to other IMOs. I've been in other places. And let me tell you something. Rob talks like he knows this business for 30 years. And if he don't find the answer, he will. If he don't have the answer, he will find the answer. And the same for me. But when he talks, he's so smooth. Customers love him. He knows his stuff, and he's awesome. So we work well as a team. Thank you for
Amen.
having
So
me.
is there anything?
Thank you so much for
Oh,
having
thank you. Thank you
Oh
for
yeah, thank
coming.
you, thank you.
Is there
me.
anything that we have missed that you guys want people to know?
Well, we don't have to get into it tonight because I see we've been on for a while, but we can talk about the whole health side I run. We didn't really talk about the health side that I run for the health
Okay, well,
insurance.
go ahead
Um,
really quick. Go ahead.
just really quick, if you call me at 919-946-7338, and you have any questions on health insurance, Medicare Advantage, dental, vision, hearing, hospital indemnity, cancer plans, any other type of plan, I can help you review those policies for free. If you're turning 65 this year and born 1959, I can help you 3 months before your birthday. I can help you find a plan that's good for you and go over everything with you turning 65ers. If you're turning 65 next year, we'll talk next year. If you're over 65 and have a plan, I can review it for you. We have open enrollment right now from January 1st to March 31st, where it's a free look that we can review your policy, go over all your benefits, your dental, your vision, your hearing, everything that comes with your plan, and see if you're in the right place. If your doctors change, your medications change, they're not being paid for, I will sit with you, find you a doctor, find a place to lower your prescriptions, and we will go from there. Okay?
Wow.
So
All right. All right.
anything like that, you can call me. Okay? Thank you so
Al
much.
and Damon, thank you so much for having us on. This was a lot of fun. I got to say,
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, wait a minute. Somebody just asked me a really serious question. They said that with so much going on with, I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at it. With so much going on with cancer and people, just coming up with different types of cancers and stuff like that, is there any type of insurance that somebody can have that will help them with those expenses if that were to happen?
yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I would say have them just give Jan a call personally and talk to her.
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay. Okay.
I'll certainly be there to help too. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
I do know, I know it's good
I
if
know what it's like, and I want to be part of that solution.
Okay.
exactly.
See, you see what I'm saying, guys? Amazing. Amazing.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Hey,
Thank you. I
Janet,
gotta
can you
learn
give
how.
us your email?
I gotta take some. I gotta take some pointers from Damon, man. He on that professional picture that you have on the very beginning
oh,
of the show. You look
Oh
sharp.
yeah.
thank
Yeah,
you.
you
I
look
appreciate
good.
that. I appreciate that.
I don't know if
Yes,
it's gonna make this look that good, but worth a shot.
Look, Damon had just got married on that
yes,
picture.
Oh, okay. So
Oh
he's looking
really?
yeah.
Well,
I just.
do you
smart
live
man.
in Virginia, Damon? Are you in Virginia as
Oh,
well?
actually, I'm actually in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So my wife
Tennessee.
and I, we actually we moved from Nashville, Tennessee, to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we also she has a business, I have a business, and we love it here in Chattanooga, and of course it is snowing right now, so it's
Wow.
yes. And so it's just been phenomenal since we've been here, and so we're so excited of just just connecting like you and Mr. Rob and stuff like that. And Mr. Rob, I got you on that. I'm gonna hook you up on some. I know you got some soup there. I'm gonna hook you up.
You gotta hook him up. Hook up
Appreciate
my
it.
man. That's so
Oh my
funny. I
God.
was gonna say next time we gotta have a party on that couch. When you
Oh,
said you
you
were going
got
on
we
the
got
couch, I
to
thought
we
you were
got
gonna be sitting on that nice couch. It's so cute. We gotta have a party.
Oh no, look, we got to. You know what? I was actually talking to Hope about. You know, I said well, maybe we should do something live in Virginia. Just do an Inside Connection live in
Oh, that'd be
Virginia,
great.
and just bring all our friends together and just sit on the nice, wonderful couch and just have at it.
That's it.
You're gonna need a big couch.
Right.
We definitely will.
Right. So, guys, we had so much fun on today, guys, and you guys can catch the replay of everything that has been going on from your life insurance. Last week we talked about how to get your life straight. We talked about getting your insurance together. But next week, I think we're gonna have a little fun with this thing next week. I believe we're gonna be maybe talking about nutritionists, kind of get some food in the system. So yeah, but you know what? I believe we need to do a part 2 about the health insurance, Miss Janet, and I think we can definitely kind of tag onto that.
I'm all for it.
I would agree.
Thank you. I'm ready.
Give everybody your email, Jan.
My email is J for Janet, M for Marie, A for Appel. So that's JMA dot insurance spelled out INSURANCE 112 @gmail.com.
All right, so you got it right here.
112.
You got it. Y'all got the hookup. Yep,
Oh.
you guys got the hookup tonight. God has really spared favor on tonight. So you guys have no choice now but to get some insurance, because insurance.
Come on now, no more GoFundMe's on her watch.
I'm telling you. No, we're not going
up tonight.
No. Insurance. So get it.
There you go.
Hook it up. We got you. Get some experts. We got Miss Janet and Mr. Rob. They're gonna hook you up today.
All right. Hey, Damon. Damon is also on radio too.
Yes.
In Chattanooga. He's on several radio stations. So I'm gonna send you Miss Janet's commercial because I'm hooked on it. I'll be in my sleep and it'll be like, call Janet.
You know what? That is definitely the key, because I'm the assistant program director for Z93 here in Chattanooga, and I'm also the new Praise 101. I'm the program director for Praise 101, and Hope, she's the assistant program director and that comes out in March. So we're gonna hook you up. We're gonna make sure that you on all platforms. So I got you.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate you coming on. Make sure you guys go over to A Dose of Hope Radio as well. And there's a couple of ads there from Miss Janet, and you can click on it and get in her emails and stuff. And it's also right here on the front in the comments. Make sure you get in touch, please. And also, I need you to send this whole video around. Just send it out to everybody you can send it out to. Share it as much as you can.
Absolutely.
Just so that people can get educated and connected to the right people, to the people who have the heart to help. What I call you, Janet, the agent who cares. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night.
So God bless you.
Yes.
Thank you. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye.